welcome to Aqua Chick Cupcake Force. I am your host D. On this channel, we react to everything that could be Reddit stories, that could be memes, that could be pop culture. I even play some video games. So if any of that is up to your entertainment standards, then you know where to find me. Now, this is about to be a little bit of a doozy here because it's got a few updates. We've got some text messages. I'm gonna just get into it. And y'all can let me know how you feel in the comments below. Aita for exposing my husband's affair with his girl best friend at a family barbecue after his dad told me to get over it. I, 29F, have been married to my husband, 31M, for 5 years. We've had a good relationship overall, but there's always been one issue. His girl best friend, Megan, 30F. She's been in his life since childhood, and while I've always felt a bit uneasy about their closeness, I trusted my husband and tried to be cool with it. Now, Megan is always around. She's at our house constantly. They text all the time, and she even comes on family vacations with us. Come on, OP. Absolutely not. Every time I brought up how their friendship made me uncomfortable, my husband would brush it off saying she's practically a sister and that I was overreacting. That's a red flag. To make matters more complicated, my mother-in-law, 58F, is amazing. She's always had my back and has told me multiple times that if Megan made me uncomfortable, I should talk to my husband about setting boundaries. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Usually the mother-in-law stories don't turn out too well. On the other hand, my father-in-law, 60M, has a very different attitude. He adores Megan and has always said that she's part of the family and that I just need to deal with it. Absolutely not. He thinks my discomfort with their friendship is just jealousy. No, as your mother-in-law said, it's boundaries, and your father-in-law sounds like a pig. Anyway, fast forward to 2 months ago, my husband started acting distant, coming home late, being secretive with his phone, and just off. Red flag number 2. I had a gut feeling something was wrong, so one night I went through his phone while he was in the shower. That's when I found out he and Megan had been having an affair for months. Let me know down in the comments, did you see this coming? Yeah, I think you saw this coming. I saw this coming. I saw this coming from a mile away. I was crushed. I confronted him and he admitted everything. He swore it was a mistake, said he loved me, and begged me not to leave him. I didn't know what to do, so I stayed quiet for a bit, trying to process everything. A couple of weeks later, my in-laws hosted a big family barbecue. I was still reeling from the affair, but my husband convinced me to come, saying we needed to keep up appearances while we work things out. I ain't going nowhere. That would have been one family function I would have absolutely not. I went, but I was a wreck inside, especially knowing Megan would be there. Sure enough, Megan showed up like nothing had happened, acting all friendly with everyone, including me. I was boiling inside. I would have been livid, so. But I kept it together. Better than me. Then during dinner, my father-in-law made some offhand comments about how Megan would always be part of the family and that I need to get over my insecurities. He said this in front of everyone, and that was my breaking point. Go off, girl. Go off. You know what? I would get over it if she wasn't sleeping with my husband. The entire table went silent. Megan's face turned white, and my husband tried to calm me down, but I wasn't having it. I told everyone exactly what had been going on, the sneaking around, the lies, the betrayal. My mother-in-law was furious, but not at me. She laid into my husband and Megan, saying they destroyed our marriage and disrespected me. Heavy on the disrespect, though. My father-in-law, though, had the audacity to say I was overreacting and that affairs happen. Oh, okay. All right. But I shouldn't have aired it out in front of the family. Air them out. Drag them through the streets by their pinky toenail. I don't care. That shit crazy. What you mean? What you mean, though? He even defended Megan, saying she made a mistake and we should all move on. I left the barbecue and have been staying with my mom ever since. My husband keeps begging me to come home, and my mother-in-law has been supportive, but my father-in-law is telling the whole family that I'm the one causing drama and blowing things out of proportion. I should be madder at the husband and Megan right here, but the gaslighting coming off of the husband's dad right now, like, it's a problem. It's a big problem. I'm madder at him in this moment than I think I will ever be at Megan and the husband. Like, they're pieces of shit, don't get me wrong. Aita for exposing their affair in front of everyone at the barbecue. Should I have kept it private, or was I right to call them out after everything? You were absolutely right to call them out after everything. I'm still trying to figure out how you showed up to this cookout. Everybody's about to know what a piece of poopy this mofo and his mistress are. I'm sorry. I can't stand a cheater. Let's look at some of these edits. Edit. Based on what you guys are saying, I and mother-in-law are very close. Should I show her what you guys are saying about father-in-law possibly cheating and see if she wants to look into that? Their marriage has been very rocky and she has been wanting to get out of it, but he has been the breadwinner for years, and that's why I can't do this trad wife thing with y'all. Like, at no point in your existence should you be completely dependent on another human being to make sure that you have food on your table and a roof over your head. You will put up with anything if it means having your needs met. Not sure if this counts as a mini update. After seeing some of the comments about father-in-law maybe wanting to sleep with Megan, I asked mother-in-law if there was something weird going on there or if she knew if he'd cheated before. They have been married for a long time. He's cheated 10 times. Why? One that you guys might find important is he slept with Megan's mother. Maybe that's why he loves her so much. Oh, God. This is about to turn out real weird. I don't like it. As far as she knows, he didn't sleep with Megan. The other 8 were people he worked with, and one of them was an old high school friend. I will also be researching for a lawyer tomorrow morning. I would have been looking for the lawyer before I confronted the husband. And I would have been screenshotting every single thing. He's not getting away with ish. Little mini update number 2. Mother-in-law told father-in-law to get a DNA test with Megan or she's divorcing him. He said he would try and schedule something tomorrow. I'm very glad I came to Reddit with this, or some stuff we are finding out wouldn't have come to light. If Megan is ex-husband's sister, that would be hilarious and would be their problem. Also, mother-in-law is getting a divorce no matter what, but he doesn't know that yet. She just decided an hour ago. Yes, I will be helping her with a place to stay, and she wants to get into real estate with me, so I'll be trying to pull some strings and help her out in every way I possibly can. I applaud y'all. I am rooting for you and your mother-in-law. She has seen all the comments and with Reddit and my support gave her the strength to leave. It's a painful situation for both of us, but I'm glad we're going through this together so we can have each other's support. When the DNA test results come back, if it is for sure happens, she will be cutting off my ex-husband and father-in-law. I also wanted to say that father-in-law was sleeping with Megan's mother for maybe a month or 2. That's why mother-in-law thinks the timelines add up. And yes, father-in-law knew about the affair. That boils my blood. He isn't even a decent enough human to tell me about it. Throw the whole man away. Kobe, throw him away. If it was me or mother-in-law cheating, both father-in-law and ex-husband would be very pissed. Of course they would be, because who wouldn't be pissed? I fixed my grammar for everyone angry about it. Some of you asked why he didn't just marry his best friend. At the beginning of me and my ex-husband's relationship, she was in a serious relationship. I'm assuming he would go and comfort her after they broke up, and that's when it started. I feel like don't let your significant other around, because I feel like that's always how these damn stories start. Like, there's been a relationship, there's been a crush this whole time, and then finally the other person gets out of your relationship. Well, you're in a serious relationship with them, and then they go off and comfort the other friend, and then this kind of crap happens, and I absolutely not. So 2 things. So we got some text messages from the cheating ass husband. This post says, soon to be ex is trying to contact me. I do not want to go back, but it's hard to see him call me a horrible person when he's the one who cheated. It's called gaslighting. You're smarter than that, and you know that you did nothing wrong, and it's projection. I overheard my mom talking about the divorce. Please don't go through with it. She going through with it, bro. We can fix this. No, you can't. I will cut her off. Should have been done that. I'll never talk to her again. It was a mistake. Come back home. Come back. Come, please. I'm guessing that's supposed to say home. I want to talk things out. You didn't turn your read receipts off. I know you're seeing these. Please answer me. Don't answer him. Please. I just found out she might be my half sister. I don't want nothing, and I don't want anything to do with her. This is a very hard time for me. Please come back. Should have thought about that shit before you put your eggplant where your eggplant didn't belong, okay? You just don't care about me. Did you care about her when you was I don't think you did. You're a terrible person if you don't come back. No, you're not. What if she is my sister? Are you just gonna leave me all alone during this time? First of all, I freaking hope so. Melissa, please come home. I want a life with you. Melissa. Absolutely not. Melissa, please come home. I want a life with you, not her. I'll tell my dad to stop inviting her to family activities. You will never see her again. Also, we got a text message from Megan. Like, fuck you, Megan. Opie says, I cannot believe she's mad at me. I was getting cheated on for who knows how long, and it's because I wasn't good enough, but I did everything for that man. Girl, I'm so sorry. Megan said to OP, you're a bitch. OP said, who's this? She said, Megan, I can't believe you would tell our whole family about this. And now I have to get a DNA test so I can find out if I've been sleeping with my brother. You made this whole thing so much more drama than it had to be. You cheated with this lady's husband. Are you freaking shitting me right now? You're not with the shits? I see why he cheated on you. And do you know what he would say about you? He said after you two got married, he thought you were disgusting. You are disgusting and a stupid whore. What? You're calling her a stupid whore? Bitch, bye. I hope you really go through with the divorce, then he can be mine. This is a Sweet Home Alabama shit if I ever did hear it. I hope you really go through with the divorce so he can be mine. You are a terrible person and a terrible wife. What kind of wife are you if you won't cook and clean for your husband every day? So then Megan says, I know I can treat him better. So then OP says, okay, so that might be your half brother, but you still would date him. Do you hear how gross that is? I hear it. I know the rest of y'all hear it too. If anyone disgusting, I think she means if anyone's disgusting, it's you two and your little family affair. Ooh, that sounds icky. I never cheated on my husband, so don't call me a whore. And I did everything for him. I cut friends off for him. I cut family off for him. Never. And I did everything he asked. How did he repay me? By cheating on me. You both are gross humans, and I would prefer if you don't contact me anymore. So then Megan says, oh, get over yourself. That is basic wife things. This girl ain't never been a wife a day in her life. Please. It's sad that he had to ask you to do things instead of you just doing them. You work from home. How hard could it be? You're just a lazy slut, and I hope you never find love. Listen, she's a lazy slut. You sleep with other people's men. Like, it doesn't get lazier than you literally try to bag somebody else's husband. Oh, okay. So real quick, I want to pull up this other post that OP wrote about her father-in-law. So let's just get a little history. So she says a little in-law history on the cheating spouse stories. So my father-in-law has always acted like he's untouchable. He's the breadwinner, always in control, and never lets anyone question him. My mother-in-law has put up with his affairs and toxic behavior for years, but she's finally had enough. Their marriage has been rocky for as long as I can remember, but Susan stayed before she felt trapped. Rick made sure she was financially dependent on him. So I'm guessing Rick is the father-in-law and Susan is the mother-in-law. One of father-in-law's affairs before Megan was born was with Megan's mother. And based on what you guys pointed out in my last Reddit post, mother-in-law now thinks father-in-law might actually be Megan's father. It's something that never fully clicked for her before, but the more she's thought about it, the more it makes sense. Father-in-law always treated Megan like more than just a family friend. He's obsessed with her, defends her no matter what, and insists she's practically family. We're gonna find out in a minute why practically family is a really funny thing to say here. Now we all have to wonder if it's because she literally is. Every time I expressed my discomfort with how close my husband and Megan were, father-in-law was quick to brush it off. He'd say I was just jealous and that Megan was basically like a sister to my husband. But after finding out about father-in-law's past with Megan's mother and seeing his unwavering loyalty to Megan, I can't help but feel sick. When I exposed the affair at the family barbecue, father-in-law didn't even seem surprised or upset like everyone else. He acted like it wasn't a big deal and told me I was the one who was overreacting. His reaction makes me think he knew about the affair all along, maybe even encouraged it, given his weird attachment to Megan. Now, mother-in-law has finally decided she's had enough. She's divorcing father-in-law and has demanded he get a DNA test with Megan. If he refuses, she's done for good, though at this point she's already made up her mind to leave him no matter what. The DNA test is just to confirm what we all suspect, that father-in-law has been hiding this massive secret for years. I'm disgusted thinking about the lies we've all been living, but at least now mother-in-law and I are finally ready to move on and leave the mess he's made behind us. Here's backstory for Susan based on the Reddit story. My mother-in-law is one of the strongest, kindest people I know, but she spent most of her life living in the shadow of her husband. From the outside, you'd think they had a perfect life. Father-in-law was the breadwinner, mother-in-law was the loving wife who kept the family together, but behind closed doors, she's been dealing with father-in-law affairs and controlling behavior for decades. Over the years, she's confided in me, especially as our relationship grew stronger, and I learned that she's been living with the pain of his infidelities for as long as she can remember. Father-in-law always had the power in the marriage. Financially, he kept mother-in-law dependent on him, making sure she couldn't leave easily. Emotionally, he manipulated her into thinking that these affairs were just something men do and that she should stay quiet to keep the peace. It's heartbreaking, really. Mother-in-law was always the one holding the family together, making sure everything seemed perfect on the outside, even when father-in-law was off cheating behind her back. Despite everything father-in-law has put her through, mother-in-law is an incredible person. She's always had my back, especially when I found out about the affair between my husband and Megan. While Rick dismissed my feelings, saying I was overreacting, mother-in-law was the first to call them both out for betraying me and our family. Watching mother-in-law find the strength to walk away from father-in-law has been inspiring. She's been through so much, but now she's ready to live her life on her own terms. It's been a painful journey for both of us, but at least we have each other's support as we move on from the toxic mess that father-in-law and soon-to-be ex created. We've got a text message here. So I'm guessing this is between OP and the mother-in-law. The doctors emailed me with the results. Megan's blank is Megan's father. I have no idea how to handle this. I'm starting to think he knew all along and has kept this huge secret from me for a long time. I can't wait for this divorce to be finalized. The situation is absolutely disgusting. My son is no longer a son to me. How could he ruin his marriage with his sister? How dare he put you through all this pain? Now I have to inform Megan's mom about this, assuming she doesn't already know. Then I think OP was talking about bringing them up on incest charges. I'm just proud of you and your mother-in-law for leaving the situation. And that's really all I have to say. Obviously, you're not the asshole, but your father-in-law, ex-father-in-law, soon-to-be ex-husband, Megan, they're all assholes. So, and I want to applaud you and your mother-in-law. I am going to keep up with this story, and as updates are coming, I will update you all. But y'all can let me know how y'all feel about this story in the comment section below. Do you think OP was asshole? I don't think so, but I'm going to leave it up to you. Maybe everyone sucks here. You just let me know down below. And in the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye.